Hello, you guys. How are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing? Hello, That One Leaf. Hello, Tasato. Hello, Adaro. Hello, K Panic Arts. Hello, North Korea TAC KH1. Hello, Stargazer, and shout out to Dark Virus. I wonder if he's still alive. We got audio silly time. I love how Tasato was like, I didn't realize my arms move this way. What the hell? Okay, I just realized. You see my arms just flare up like that? Why do they do that? I just realized. That's kind of interesting. I look like a kind of kawaii anime ugu girl doing that, but either way. Flap them wings. There we go. How are you guys doing today? Hello, you cutie. Thank you. Hello, Captain Iron Mask. How are you doing? Did I not have, BGM the other day? Because you said background music today, yay. Did I do something wrong? How are you guys doing? Kawaii pose, hell yeah. Hello, Goku Black the Man, aka Goku. How are you doing? How are you doing? It was just quiet the one day. That's weird. The wagging tail is real. It is real and it's back in the flesh. How are you guys doing? I'm kind of in a weird mood, I'm not gonna lie. And for whatever reason, I have some sort of congestion in my chest that I can't really get rid of. And it's kind of frustrating. It's really frustrating, actually. I'm not sure what's flaring it up. Back in the fluff. Hell yeah. Whatever that meant. Dang, that's rough. Yeah, it's just, I can tell it's just like one of those, like, it's really hard to, like, even specify what it is. It's just like, you know, when it's like you can't really collect your thoughts. I don't know what it is. But it's like I almost feel agitated, but I can't focus. So I'm just kind of like, I was trying to work and I was trying to draw, and like I said, I was actually supposed to draw my model today. I might have to turn off the heat. It's a little hot. Actually, I'll turn on the fan. And I don't know. It's really, really hard to concentrate. So I'm just kind of in this weird limbo, you know? It is what it is. Hell yeah. How have you been doing, That One Leaf? How have you been doing? How's your little school going and all that good stuff? You already did. Already did what? What did I already do? What the? Still doing good. That's good to hear. I like to see my little children doing good, all things considered. What did I already do? Total, you're confusing me. And the holidays are coming up. I have not much a whole lot planned, to be honest. I kind of getting a limbo when I know where I want to be productive, but I can't focus. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. And so it's really hard to concentrate on anything in particular. So I'm just kind of existing. And it really sucks because I'm such a motivated person and such a forward-driven person that I feel like I base a whole lot of my personality on, you know, what am I able to accomplish and all that good stuff. And so when I'm not able to accomplish anything, it really takes a hit to my ego in a way, if that makes any sense. First, hello, Dark Virus. How are you doing? You're on your way to a concert, right? Actually, BRB, I gotta turn down this heater. It's too hot. Yeah, I had it set to 74, which is wild. Dark Virus really said I prefer a concert to KOs today. Unbelievable. That's why, guys, I need to learn how to sing. Because clearly, you know, in order to get anywhere, I have to be able to sing because my fans are leaving me for better singers. It's tough on these streets. I feel that I got burned out and eventually fired from my job because I couldn't get anything done there. Things got easier when I got a new job I wasn't so invested in. Yeah, it's really stressful because I truly, unfortunately, and it works a lot of the time, but sometimes it just doesn't, where I base so much of my self-worth on what I'm able to accomplish. So if I'm not able to accomplish something, I have low self-worth. That's the best way I can phrase it. Singing, you say? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I need to take some vocal lessons. Stella, when are we gonna do our idol duo? Whatever the kids are doing nowadays. I'm waiting for my dumbass brother. He's still not here. Shout out to your family, always punctual. Chaos' idol arc. Why not? You know what I mean? I just need some practice. I just need some vocal training and some practice, and I got this in the bag. Asthma be damned. That's my biggest hinder, actually. It's just because like I have a short, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I do take like a lot of breaths often. It's because I have a really bad lung capacity, but I'll figure it out. Steroids or something. Cosplay, you say? Oh, singing. You're so funny, Dark Virus. I believe in your idol art, Calliope Mori. Watch out. That was very specific. Calliope Mori. I'm not really a rapper or a sing-song or a rapper either. It's good to have a hobby where you have fun and there's no real consequences for success or failure. Agreed. Agreed. And I guess that's why I need to do more. I need to, like, do more hobbies and stuff like that, which I was going to pick up shooting, which I still am. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. In a while, so I'll probably do that as a hobby. You have wicked stamina for someone with asthma. I know, it's kind of wild, high-key. It's kind of wild. I'm watching you in the middle of Times Square, watching you. You're in the middle of Times Square. Dark Virus, you were so funny. It's a chaos, it's a Chippy the Wizard. How are you doing? Women only hear what they want. Cosplay, you say, really makes you think. Really makes you think. I only say her because you did say you wanted to rap like, oh, okay, I was saying that in jest, and that was probably just like Kanye. I am definitely not a rapper. Hello, Chaos, and hello, everyone. Hello, Cypher. How are you doing? How are you doing, my dear Cypher? Cypher is a low-key, a backbone of this community. Cypher has always been here for me. Cypher, how did you find me, by the way? I always appreciate you being here. Where did you mention that? I just did a pistol caliber carbine match today. Whatever the hell that meant. I don't know what all those fancy words mean just yet. But I think shooting might be the thing. Shooting gets expensive sometimes. Yeah, that's the only thing. Thankfully, like, local ranges around here aren't super popular, so they're not too expensive. So all I really have to be paying is, like, you know, a small entry fee and then ammunition. Have you watched K-pop Demon Hunters? No, funny enough, I've seen so many clips of that movie on Instagram, but I've probably seen the majority of the movie just in clips on Instagram. I love watching the clips and I love the animation, but I just have not committed to watching it. So I've got the general idea of what happens, but it's just like these clips that keep getting reposted. I love it, but I've never seen the full movie. Your stamina absolutely blasts normal people away, let alone with asthma. How kind of you to say that. I appreciate that. Posted it in the Discord. I gotta see. Starting to paint the pinup of you, just getting the color palette ready. Ah, thank you. I can't wait to see that. I like the sketch already. Dark Virus, you are so funny. Guys, Dark Virus, oh, let me pin the Discord. Dark Virus is literally in NYC right now. You're such a goofball. Only piece of advice, join an outdoor range and be safe. Yeah, I shot indoors, and I was the only one shooting, so maybe that felt a little different. So I would prefer an outdoor one, but I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, so we don't really have a whole lot of area for an outdoor one. You know, maybe on the outskirts, but I don't even know. K-pop Demon Hunters is my favorite media this year. It's really pretty. And hello, Onyx X Num. I think formerly Dead Dog. How are you doing? How are you doing? I think the series, the whatever, is really pretty. We're gonna get Nendoroids eventually, you know it. And hello, Elliot the Cashier, and hello, Mr. 5.56. My range gets pricey, but that's because I rent the automatics. Ah, yeah, see, I have my own little handgun I want to use, so I'll be using that one. And hello, Moonlight TAC S9E4G. How are you doing? Dead Dog, I think Dead Dog resurrected. I see him pop into the Discord every now and then. Cypher is so supportive of all of us. I know, I really appreciate that. I always see Cypher helping you out, too. I think that's very, very kind of them. 98% of Nevada's Black Lives Matter. I was about to say that BLM land. So just go out in the desert. Can I just shoot, or is that like illegal though? You know what I mean? I did pre-order the dolls, but they won't come out until next year. I'm not surprised for that. They looked really good. For an American company, they looked really good. IDK, why it's not showing my name? It's because like YouTube switches the ats every now and then for no reason whatsoever. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm in a little mood, all things considered. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what I'm feeling, so I'm just feeling weird and off. You know what I mean? There's only one option for a shooting range: just buy property. Super easy clap. You know, just buy property. Easy, easy. Cypher's my only real viewer other than you. Okay, be nice to the bunk user. Be nice to Dark Virus. Be nice to that one leaf. And be nice to Crispy Clee when he has the time. You know? You do have a lot of good real viewers. Thank you very much. You can do anything when you want on BLM land. Is that real? I feel like you're lying. I feel like you're lying. I just rejoined. What are we talking about? We're just yapping about how I need a hobby. How I'm a loser who only works a business and that's it. And then therefore, when my business, I can't work at my business, I throw a fit and cry and get depressed. And so I need a hobby. That's what we were saying actually, specifically. WTF, what about me and my suffering? You know what I mean? Be nice, exactly. I watched 3 streams of Tasado's. Hell yeah. You did that? Aw, thanks, says Tasado. Look at Tasado. He's like, how can I make this about me? I love messing with you guys. VTuber arrested for random shooting. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You definitely need a hobby. Yeah, it's I think the whole shooting thing. It would be nice if I had a hobby locally, like inside my home. But I can't really think of much of anything. Model kit building, I just don't have the mental capacity. Drawing. Literally my only hobby all my life was drawing. It's so flat, says Wrinkled Sacks. I'm sorry, I'm a drawing. What can I say? I don't know how to do the really high quality rendering like some people can, so I can only do cell shading. They call me the drink, says the drink CC. How are you doing the drink CC? The VTuber Discourse channel is gonna eat this shit up. Hell yeah, Discourse channels, what the? You play any instruments? I don't. I wanted to play, I tried to play, like, I tried to learn piano, like, 4 times, and I just never could stick to it. Model kits are so fun, no. What about Legos? It's giving to me, I know there's a hobby around them nowadays, it's giving a little too goo goo gaga for me. When I was a kid, people called me Juice Box, but now I'm the drink. That's great to hear, the drink, CC. I suggest smart dolls and sewing clothes for them. You're talking to the person who's like literally going to sell her doll fees. You know what I mean? It's just they're too big. They're too big, you know? I'm gonna sell them eventually. Shout out to my poor Rin and my poor NT Miku doll fee. I need to get back to streaming on Twitch. If you enjoy it, you should definitely do it. I guess I could say my hobby is streaming. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of hobby in a way. I'm sure you've seen Brass Facts video. I've never. All of his shooting is out on BLM Island in Utah. Nevada's BLM works exactly the same. Interesting. But what do I shoot? You know what I mean? I play guitar. That's awesome. Dance, that's close to exercising. I do like dancing. That's why, again, like, it just sucks. Okay, now I'm going to throw a pity party. Give me a second. It just sucks with my stupid... My 3D model is, like, done. You know what I mean? But I can't use it because of my computer crashing. And so I'm like so close. If it was a bit more financially in the cards, I would just buy a whole nother computer so I can do stuff like that. Like do like VR stuff and like dancing with my 3D model, but like ripperoni. I still might. Dolls for sale? Yeah, I was my poor Rin Dolphy and my NT Miku Dolphy. I'm gonna end up selling them. They just sit in a box. I don't have a space for them, you know. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't love them as much as someone who could love them to the max capacity. Streaming is a hobby because we ain't getting this bag yet. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I enjoyed it, just went into a depression of not doing anything for a hot minute, so I stopped interacting on Discord. I see. Did you get overwhelmed by something by any chance? Streaming as a hobby, crying emoji. What does that mean, Tasato? What does that mean? Fucking computer? Yeah. Hello, bros, Fist, and hello, Maxson. How are you doing? Yeah, the computer just dying. You know, I think I might do a minor build, just like a standard computer. You know what I mean? Cause like I was having like a super computer. I might just get like a normal motherboard, a normal CPU, just so I have something. And absolutely worst case, I can dual stream in a way. I'll figure that out. Where I can use 2 PCs. I hate like having almost the full ability to do cool 3D stuff, but my computer just barely can't handle it. Yeah. My computer is just like literally in parts. You know, this is my Mac Studio, and like the thing is I love the Mac Studio so far. It has been fantastic. I can set up targets either paper or steel. Okay, I'll consider that. But the Mac is really good the Mac Studio is really good as a driver computer. It's the software, like in all these all these programs, especially like indie developing and stuff like Warudo. None of them have like support for Mac, so it's just like I can't do any really 3D modeling whatsoever. I'm from Albania. Albania? What on earth is that? Albania. I think I've heard of Albania before. Got very overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with what? Anything in particular? It means we need to get the streaming bag. I do understand that. Oh, okay. I still don't get it too much, I'm not gonna lie. Streaming as a hobby, unless you're saying like that's derogatory. Rip Albania, you know what? Owarjo. Shout out to Hassani. Shout out to Hassani. I gotta get back on that stream grind. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but then sometimes like again, it's just like I think everyone can kind of relate to this. It's like when you get this empty feeling. It's not even, I can't even pinpoint the feeling I'm feeling, but I'm just feeling very empty inside for some reason lately. And so even streaming that usually helps me, just doesn't really do much. Am I a femboy, said Wrinkle Sacks? Unfortunately not, I am a tomboy. But we have a lot of similarities, so maybe you might be interested. There, I said the thing. Am I a stick? What the? Maybe, actually. I've been learning MMD, even commissioned a model my OC. I can, like, get the entire video set up. That's so cool, though. I used to love using MMD as a kid, and that's why I don't know if my current 3D model is rigged for MMD, but, listen here, Zavar, calm down. I lost my train of thought. I don't know if my model is rigged for MMD, but if it's not, I either want to get it rigged for MMD, or I want to get an MMD model. Unfortunately not. Just one big difference. Just one big or small. We're not discriminating around here. Difference. Feeling empty inside, I bet a cheeseburger would fix that. Maybe. I'm not one to... I get very easily emotionally eating, so I can't turn to food when I'm feeling like sad. Too many femboy lovers around here. I know. I find that very fascinating. Shout out to my weird chat going into whatever direction. I think that's simply the internet. Because for the longest time, like, I do get, like, weirdly lewd and suggestive sexual comments in my comment section, and I try to get rid of them, but I don't know what I do specifically that elicits them. I'm not a lewd tuber. I don't often bait anything erotic. And I still get them. And I'm like, that's interesting. I even tried the whole path of doing hey guys, I'm a mother of 5 children. I don't know who the father is. And that didn't scare him away either. I could be the father. You know what I mean? I tried saying like, I'm a gold digger. I only go for people with their, men with money. And that doesn't stop them either. So what am I to do? I love femboys, says Kane Panic Arts. Same, especially during fasting grind. Ooh, cheeseburger. Yeah, that sure is the internet. And it's like, man, it's like, the thing is like, I could understand if I was a little bit more erotic and I was like putting a little bit more effort into like baiting people at the minimum. And I'm just not even. Yeah, it's crazy when people talk about my wife that way in the comments. Unbelievable, Tasato. You're cute. Thank you, Valerie. What the hell are you? What am I? That's a great question. What am I? I'm a being placed on this earth with the one goal of helping other humans achieve their goals and dreams through the means of self-motivation. That's what I am. Man, they can hit on a fucking light post, you know what I mean? Gold Digger lives in the Silver State, checks out, you know what I mean? I live in the city of sin. Nice priorities. I got in a little rut jumping on multiplayer games, making friends, and started consistently gaming with them helped. Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm a very not gamer type person because I get motion sickness. But that is good to hear that, you know, the camaraderie of your friends helped you out. Got overwhelmed with school. I hated school so badly. I think people lose you because you're one of the very rare, actually, like, normal women on the VTubing sphere instead of over infantilizing yourself. It is very interesting. And hello, Speed Gamer, how are you doing? It is very interesting because it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. All I can say to KO is welcome to the internet, even if it feels depressing. Yeah, that is true. You're a creature, KOs. You know what I mean? I am creature, and that is enough for them. Your eyes are too big. It scares me. It scares you. Alright. Listen here. Whoops. That's my stomach. I'm sorry my eyes are too big. Let me make the table disappear. Is that a little less scary now that you can see more detail? My mom weighs 400 pounds because I feed her 2 Big Macs 2 times per day. That's how I know you're a child, because a Big Mac only has, like, what, 980 calories? 2 of those a day is not going to get her to, what'd you say, 400 pounds? Rookie. I follow a few tomboy VTubers, and there's probably like 1 or 2 of them that are somewhat lewd. The rest are rather wholesome. Yeah. I don't see a lot of, like, tomboy VTubers that are lewd. KO's a small business owner, a veteran, a woman, a Tetris pro, a fan of little babies. Hell yeah. The Goo Goo babies, I think is what they're called. The Goo Goo Gagas. It's really odd, though. All things considered. Yeah, it really is. You know what I mean? But I guess it's just that's simply existing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've had members in the community who I've treated like a child. You know who you are. And they've fallen head over heels in love. So it's like, you know, what can you do? I try to school teacher zone my kids, my students, and it doesn't even work. It's not me, bro, but you're cute. It's not me, it's my friend. He's a boy. Alright. Okay. Shout out to the friend. That's a boy. Before you hide your hentai shirts, now the kids just wear them out. I know. It's a different generation out here. You know what I mean? Your eyes remind me of Blatton's Bourbon. Big fan. I don't know what that is, but I'm glad you're a fan. I'll take that. Since 10 years. 10 years even is not enough because the average woman, especially if she's that weight, she's gonna be burning a lot of calories too. So that doesn't add up. KO is a donut, hell yeah. And hello, Rena123, how are you doing? Is Feed Out Friday stream considered as lewd stream? No! And I will never give in to the whole ideology, the brain rot that is like, feet are inappropriate sexual lewd. Never, ever, ever. I don't know how many times I have to show my feet in order to make this a thing, but you know. Goo Goo Gaga, you know what I mean? Gee, I wonder who. Whoa, I'm right here. First of all, not even. What's a gooner? A gooner is just somebody who is on the internet and they try to turn everything erotic as quick as possible. And they consume a lot of hentai, a lot of erotic games. They like the lewd tubers. And it's just someone who's just constantly just, you could say they're porn rotted in the brain. That's what a gooner is. Is that why you call me your child? Yes and no. I kind of do it as like that kind of like, it's like just like a habit, but it's also like a boundary kind of thing, you know, because I do get really close to people, so I'm like, let's put a little bit of boundary there, you know, not in a bad way. It is a habit I do for everybody, you know what I mean? Honestly, you're relatively normal. Oh god, I lost the chat, sorry. I'm lagging. And a sea of what people can confidently say range from somewhat a bit unstable, completely insane. I like it. You're loved by weirdos. Okay, you called me normal. I do like that, actually, because sometimes I feel like a wacko. I'm not gonna lie. If someone wanted to sleep on your trail, would you say yes? I don't own any property to have a trail. I hate to break it to you, author. Feet are feet. They're not erotic. Exactly. Foot fetishes are common because they're part of the brain that receives sensory information from the feet as neighbors with the part that's involved in arousal. Exactly. But that... Of course you know this, but it's like, that doesn't necessarily mean we need to act so feet are erotic. Gotta go! See you later! My stream on Twitch later. See you later, dead dog. Yay, I'm kiddo. Exactly. To be fair, the normal gacha games are gooner. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I do. The thing is, it's so funny because, like, I liked Uma Musume in theory because it's, like, very anti-gooner. But then you have the kind of Puritan audience. And I'm not about that either. It's like you have to have this really weird area of the game has to be weird enough for the metaphorical gun firing into the air that keeps the Puritans out, but then not so insanely lewd, you're just consuming hentai. You know what I mean? Feet stopped being lewd after Tasato showed his toes. Hell yeah, that's true. Cosplaying had me tired being asked for feet pics and his giant gripper snapped that out of it. Hell yeah. I think I posted Tasato's feet in Discord. He showed them on stream one time and I immediately snapped a screenshot, so look for that. Are you a fox? I am, but technically I am a loop from Neopets, if you know what that is. It's kind of like an antiquated game for us old heads. It is, I'm a Neopet, but you can say fox. Porn is incredibly bad for the brain. You know what? I used to be young and naive, and I'm starting to believe it is. I think I'm that kind of like anti-porn pilled. I hate to break it to you guys. You're giving normie for sure. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I like being seen as normal, you guys. Of course you know this. What do you mean? The gray area is the best part. Whatever that meant. I also snapped a screenshot. You know what I mean? We're freaks. We're freaks. Tasato showed his feet and we immediately screen grabbed him. What are you gonna do if someone made lewds about you? I will say, Wrinkle Sacks, it's not my preference, but I am very pro artistic freedom. All things considered, because like at the end of the day, it would be way different if I was showing my real body, my real face. I'm like, that's a little strange if you like drew art of me. I'd be like, you know what I mean? But for a fictional character that I'm portraying, I think people can do whatever they want, you know? So if you want to do that, feel free. Just like, you know, you don't have to tag me. You don't have to like, you know, at me. You know, just feel free. You know what I mean? Just in case he becomes famous, hell yeah. The Tasato toes, wild. Don't people know that goonerism and purity is like joy and sadness and inside out? Both most coexist. Agreed. But I think that's the problem is like most people don't think in like grays. They think of black and whites. You're finally turning? Woo. I'm slow. I'm turning. What am I turning into? I forgot already. The Puritans are partially the result of the horse owners pulling rights if things get out of control. Yeah. I do kind of like that in a way. I do like that they're able to set their boundaries. To BH, I think that there are people in places where you can act like a whore dog, but being polite and civil when possible is a golden standard of how to act with almost everyone. Yeah. It's like, once you get a feel for it, because like there are VTubers that are very sexually suggestive, you know? They often do art that's inappropriate. They do that. They make it their persona, and that's totally fine. So it's like, if you have a gooner comment there, you're just business as usual. But it's like, I've had the weirdest comments before, and I'm like, where did this even come from? Like, the weirdest one, and I'm gonna try to censor this, because I don't like to be graphic, usually. It was that video of me talking about I couldn't handle, like, I was eating so many blueberries because I have no self-control, because I'm a prior, you know, obese kid, so I couldn't hold back when I was eating blueberries. And this person made a comment saying, so like, I'd love to be small candy around you. And I was like joking. I was like, haha, is this what the kids call vor? Because it's like, you know, like, I think I've heard of this before. And he's like, yeah, we can go that route, or you can shove me in that area. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, why did that happen? What the? You know? And I was like, let's just hide user from channel. Which I'm assuming that means block on YouTube. Why the fuck can they just not say block? Why do they have to say hide user from channel? Shut up, Tasato, says Dark Virus. Feet could never be lewd if feet like that exist. Exactly, that's true. You can draw a not safe for work, just don't show me. Exactly, you know what I mean? Do what you want. Turning against porn usage. Oh, I see what you see. Alright, yeah, the idiotic comments are ridiculous. It's just weird. You know what I mean? Is that why you're blue? Why not? I'm blue lemonade fox. The internet, hell yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, and the most interesting and fascinating thing about this phenomenon is I think my best guess is that it's actually the kink is them publicly humiliating themselves in an erotic manner. I think that's what it is, because there's no way in hell they think that like, oh, that's gonna get me excited. You know what I mean? I think it's like a derogatory thing. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between being an adult and sharing adult humor versus straight up gooner or whatever. That line is blurred way too much. Yeah, especially on the internet. And it's like, I will say, it's like, I do find it interesting though. There are some, like, I'm not super indie on the JP version of like VTubing, but it's like it doesn't seem like they do lewd tubing as much as English speaking VTubers. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It could be just like, you know, my bias of my algorithms and stuff like that, but it seems like it's so normal in the English community, but it's like very more often say so in the Japanese community. This is exactly why I said people should absolutely be shamed for public with their fetishes. Yeah, I see what you meant. You just worded that really weird, but I know what you're saying. All things considered. Hold on, my mom messaged me. Okie dokie. I also hate YouTube for not having a block feature. So it doesn't block them? It literally just hides them from me? It doesn't actually block them? How does that work? My reaction to that information, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's 100% humiliation. It has to be. It has to be. Because, you know what I mean? Because, like, they say the most outlandish and shocking thing. Kind of like how I've never personally seen it, nor... I don't want to say I don't believe it, because I've heard of this, like, police reports, but where, like, people will just randomly flash you, and, like, you know, they'll just, like, whip it out, and then, like... And that's the thing. I've heard about that. Like, you know, that's a common thing. But I never understood it. It's hard to say these freaking brain rot idiots, who knows what they're thinking. That's... Yeah. A lot of English VTubers are just OnlyFans girls with live 2D models. I think... I can agree. And I would say this is just the next level of it. Because for a while... Do you guys remember when it was just, like... porn girls, like porn stars and stuff like that? And then there was cosplayers... And now the line is blended so close where every OnlyFans person does cosplay. Cosplay used to be just kind of like a fan thing and not necessarily porn. Now it's like, I'm assuming when people like are cosplaying, I'm like, there's a high chance that this is a like an OnlyFans account. You know what I mean? The West has different cultures than the JP, yeah. Lewd tubing in JP versus English is probably just a cultural thing. It probably is actually because they're more of a... they're not really, well, I was supposed to say, they're not really a lewd culture, but then, like, they have all the hentai and stuff like that. They're very lewd in fiction, but not lewd in, like, behavior. It doesn't block them because they can still watch your content. I see. I've never heard you say okie dokie. Really? Really? I say it all the time in real life. Most big VTubers overseas are corporate and stick to being mostly safe for work, but not all. Hoshino Marine is huge on lewd content, but you don't see that. Yeah, she's literally the only one I can think of. Like, off the top of my head... She's the only one. Which is very interesting because she's like the number one. What is the number one VTuber? I'm pretty sure it's her. You know what I mean? When I say there's not a block feature, I mean they have YouTube recommended me videos from channels that I fucking hate, but there's no way of blocking them. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because if you were wondering, your nose being clogged can affect your ears and make them more sensitive. Getting meds really helped. What medications do you take? Because I do have a lot of nose stuff, and like you can kind of hear, like on stream, like I'm always like sniffling because I do have nose problems. Twitter has exponentially enabled fetish content. Twitter is a hellscape. It really is. Cosplay went into OnlyFans from what I've heard, you know what I mean? From your personal experience, Dark Virus. Same with furries. Everyone automatically thinks furries are sexual. Yeah, and it's like, I think it's one of those things where it's just like a few bad instances like shapes everything, and it's like that really sucks because there are some really if I could afford it and I had the time and space for the fursuit, I'd get a fursuit because I think they're really cute. You know what I mean? Even Marine's content is say so compared to the average Ian YouTuber. Yeah, I would say all things considered, it's like not so overt. It's crazy that I see any lewd content or even just engagement baiting from a woman online. I just assume she has an OnlyFans. Yeah, same. I mean, it makes sense. It's kind of like a Patreon, you know? Project Melody was one of the first... That's right. To do lewd tubing because she was already doing online sex work, and then I remember people did similar to cosplay, as you explained. Yeah. I do remember that. It is so normal. But I guess, like, did you guys ever have this happen to you? Where you had some of your friends or coworkers that were female who opened up OnlyFans, and it was just like somebody you knew, and you saw them open up an OnlyFans, I was like, that was something. That was the something of all time. I think I've had that happen 2 or 3 times, actually. Oh, but you missed it from above. Motasazone. Okay, I'll look into that. Momatazone. Metazone. I'll take a look. Corticosteroid. Ooh, and I do have asthma. Look at that. Having made up pinup art for a while, my views on lewd has drastically changed for me. What considered lewd is whether or not the author intends it for it to be lewd. I agree completely. I'm very funny enough. I'm like very pro-feminism and like stuff like that. Like the naked body does not inherently mean it's sexual or suggestive. It just so happens to be a body. So I'm very, very that similar nature. It's just, agreed. It's like how the person interprets it. And it's like, again, there's just so much like lewd baiting on the timeline. I can see why I see the perspective of some of the Puritans, you know what I mean? I see the perspective because it does get to a point where it's just so frequently pushed down your throat, but people overcorrect, you know, and now they're getting upset because they see a character and the thighs are like slightly plump and they're like, this is disgusting and sexualization, you know what I mean? It's really hard to find a nice balance. Was talking about how my PTSD has been less intense thanks to finally finding one-eyed chronic sinusitis. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that, actually. Anyone who tries to get out of it regrets it. It might not be worth the money as much you might think. Yeah, you have to be, like, top of the game for OnlyFans content, but if not, it's just, like, I personally just don't want it. I know a lot of VTubers that started doing it straight up OnlyFans. I stopped watching them after I heard they did it. Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. It's just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I had figured friends that did open OnlyFans during the pandemic, including this really big one who had a lewd Patreon. I had someone who was like active duty military. I don't believe active duty military should be allowed to film TikToks. That's just a hot take. I thought I'd let you guys know. I just thought I'd let you guys know. It's really weird when I like a funny and very non-baity content creator and I find out they do OnlyFans similar. Like, wow, go make that bank, but also making stupid memes, queen. I love the tail. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So once people in the West saw Melody went big with a lot of it, said I can do that too. Oh, because she was like one of the early VTubers in general for the West. Most lewd tubers are just very open with making horny jokes, which is more normal in the West. Yeah. Feminists, the ones that do misandry, yeah, I hate men. I hate men. They make up they make up 95% of my viewer base. Generally, that's the only thing I talk to. Sub a few they thems. Yeah, so I hate men. So yeah, it checks out. Something like 98% of OnlyFans creators only make a few bucks a month. Yeah. Active military nurses operating. Yeah. Anybody, I could even go as far as to say any government worker in uniform should not be making TikToks. It's unbelievable. Offset compromise, hell yeah. Why is tail so big and fluffy? I just thought it looked cute. Whoa, hating men. You know what I mean? It's not like I sit here and I've done my best to give them free therapy for my entire VTubing career. I absolutely hate their guts. I mean, I get it since confidentially is a pretty big deal since it can lead to information breaches on tactical equipment. Not only that, it just like, they give their own opinion and their opinion does not reflect the military, but according to the military standards, when you're in uniform, you are like the representation and property of the military. So it's almost like you could just say, I don't know, there should be free childcare. And it's like, there could be a conflation. That was a terrible example. There could be a conflation with the policies of the military in your opinion, but I do believe as a person, you're entitled to your own opinion. So just don't do it in uniform. You know what I mean? Because it just makes a bad image. KOs is so real, chat. Hell yeah. I told my 1-month niece not to trust men. Real and true. I realize, I do really like women. I just personally don't get along with them. I just don't get along with them very well. Because, like, I will say men, they're more emotionally turbulent to me. But they're more forward and honest with their emotions. Like, if they hate your guts, they tell you. If they're sexually attracted to you, they tell you. You know, they're very straightforward. Women have that weird, I don't know, it's like, I will say women are scary because they have that weird feeling sometimes where you'll tell them something and they'll be like, oh, that's fine. And then it's not fine. And then they'll like, yeah, they'll like talk behind your back and stuff like that and actually hate your guts for the longest time. For why? At least a man says it straight. Only the woman and the they-thems around these parts, hell yeah. What's horrifying is an entire generation of kids these days that are going to have to live with the classmates seeing their moms illicit content. Yeah, I know we've sitting here and we're like, oh, that's fine, that's fine. I don't know. Like, if I was in grade school and, like, another kid, like, whipped out, like, nudes of my mom, you can't come back from that. You can't win. It's over. It's over. You know what I mean? It was a safe example. Good job locking up Dark Virus. That too, I guess. I just prefer there not to be info out there that could lead to soldiers' death. That too. That too. You know what I mean? Because again, like your name tapes and depending on your branch, it could show your command on there as well. You know? Fallout and Goon Bros. Hell yeah. It's hard to get along with women. They can be kind of hard sometimes to like discourse. But I would say I prefer them in theory over men. But they're so hard to get along with, I don't have enough to get along with. So I would have to say openly, I prefer friendship with men. That's why I like finding other veterans. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I do like having a vet community, all things considered. It is very refreshing. I feel like we can breathe and communicate a bit better around here. I also really like women. I know you do, Dark Virus. That's because you're a woman. That's because you're a woman. You know, Dark Virus, every time you speak, I'm like, there's a subliminal message here. You are a woman through and through. I don't even know. Sometimes Dark Virus, you're saying, this is Exhibit A, guys, this is Exhibit A. Dark Virus is a woman. He says things sometimes, and I'm like, there is multiple meanings to this, and I don't even know. And hello, hi Black Wolf, how are you doing? I'm a male lesbian, understandable. I've been 100% on that idea since it became popular. They become kind of hard sometimes. Veterans are awesome? Hell yeah. You have been YouTube featured, whatever that means. I love almost everyone. Good for the soul. That's good. How was your day, Kaoza? Black Wolf asks. I'm doing a little bit better. I think talking about my feelings and stuff like that made me feel a bit better. I say that though because I was at one point trying to join the military because I was feeling very down and helpless in my life and I was thinking joining, well, to get life over with as dark it is. You know, the military saves a lot of people. The military saves a lot of people. I couldn't afford college and I was like homeless. So I was like, damn, join the military. I have no other choice. You know what I mean? Slay! Dark Virus is a woman. You know what I mean? This is Exhibit A. I don't know what he is planning. He's always... Guys, we know this. We know this. He is scheming 24/7. Dark Virus is a woman. Time for me to head to bed. Good night. That one leaf. I appreciate you being here. Dark Virus says anything and you have to read in between the lines to make up fake context to understand. Exactly. And hello, Owen Draws. How are you doing? Gives Chaos a donut. Hi, Stargazer. Speaking of, I don't remember if I asked, have you found a job yet? How are you doing? All things considered. Lesbian trapped in a man's body. Hell yeah. But I was going to be joining being an aircraft mechanic. I was an aviation technician. Close enough. Which in the army I was trying to join, which is under officer position, meaning it need to take on command. I'd need to take command if it came to it. Oh, you can just join the Navy. We've got a bigger Air Force than the damn Air Force. You know what I mean? And you have plenty of aviation options. Same vibe that the military changed me and helped. Biggest regret is leaving. I don't have any regret leaving. You know what I mean? You know, our departure from the military. You know what I mean? I don't have any regrets. I was salty at first, but I don't have any regrets now. I will say. Poor Dark Virus. Hell yeah. I don't want to be responsible for the people's death. If it comes to it, just too painful to know I directly led someone to their death. Yeah, then probably the military is not for you, because that is something you have to take on the responsibility. I will say, and I was kind of explaining, the military would change your metro. I don't know what that means. I will say, like, that's kind of like, I do have like a bond with one of my pilots is in this community. His name is Hayu, and it's like people don't, like, could not, unless you, like, it's hard to explain, and this is gonna sound so corny and so brother in arms, you know, cornball, but, like, he was my pilot in the military, and I was responsible for making sure his aircraft flew and was maintained, and he had a safe flight. There is, like, this bond that becomes between us, where I'm like, I need to protect this person, because if I fuck up, I'm responsible for his death. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it kind of reshapes your brain in a way. And so you do make bonds with people that are, how would I explain it? Unable to be normally formed otherwise. There we go. I haven't yet, though, now have a van to drive. Ooh, you got a car at least. More fellow aircraft mechanics maintainers. Hell yeah, I was an aviation technician. Who has heard of NASCAR before? Black Wolf asks. I haven't heard of NASCAR, but I've heard of F1, currently ongoing in the Las Vegas Strip right now. Hi, you love. Hell yeah. One of my coworkers, he's like 70, was in the Air Force, and he got in a fight over someone that said over that exact thing. If Air Force or Navy had a better flight team, okay, better, I'll give it. More specialized and better, Air Force. Because they have, like, the big guys. Like, every time the U.S. does those insane bombings, that's, like, the Air Force. But the bigger fleet, the more manpower is the Navy. Not the Hayu love again. Listen here. You don't have anything to worry about with Hayu. Not only is he childhood friend coded, he's also princess coded. You know what I mean? It's giving, like, I'm the chivalry knight. I'm the chivalrous knight. However you say that word. I'm the knight that has to protect him. You know what I mean? He was... You Starfires, you're so funny. He was my pilot. You gonna take that to Sato? You're so funny. And the guy he was arguing with said, yeah, but the Air Force doesn't have to land on a tortilla in the middle of the ocean. Hell yeah. But we can. We can. I was land. Thank God. I was land duty. I never had to go on a ship. Haha. Haha, ship losers. Oh, ship aircraft mechanic, God bless you. Technician. It's a little different from a mechanic. God bless you. Okay, don't give me all the credit. I was the aviation technician, so the electronics and the computers I worked on. The mechanic works on the frame of the aircraft. So like the tires, the panels, the blades, that's a mechanic. There's a little different there. Haha losers. I always had AC. Because the aircraft cannot operate and I can't test the computers without air conditioning. But the mechanics, you can send them out in the middle of the desert to go fix the plane in like 170 degrees, 107, excuse me. And they suffering and they're sweaty. Air Force vet here, Navy pilots are incredibly skilled. I'm not sure many Air Force pilots could land on carriers. That is true. That does take a special skill. I don't know if you know the aircraft, but the P8 is the aircraft me and him worked on. A few weeks ago, I was posting about jobs I was looking for on Indeed for another Discord server, and some Navy recruiter kept trying to get me enlist. It's smart. If you have no other options, it's actually pretty smart. I don't regret my military service. I had a very turbulent and technically bad military service, but I still regret it, or actually, I still regret it, lol. I still recommend it to the average person. My brother in Poseidon, I'm almost 40. As long as you're 37, you're fine. And there's no way you're almost 40, Rico. What the? I thought you were younger. I thought you said you were like 22. What the hell? Give Chaos a technician hat. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa. I'm 39. I thought you turned 40. Thank you for wasting your time to protect our country. No problem. God bless you and God bless America. Hell yeah. Also, you're more of a B2 license holder? I don't know what that is. What the hell is a B2 license holder? B2 license holder. My aircraft was the P8. I made sure the aircraft could fly. Yeah. Looking this up. Yeah. That definitely sounds like it. And upgrading the aircraft, because, like, you know, like, just like a computer has software updates, like, so do the aircraft. So it's like you have to, like, install the updates in the computer. And it's kind of funny, actually. You Navy guys might have more planes and general aviation mechanics, but I've seen the qualities of your guys' repair. That stuff wouldn't fly in Air Force maintenance. Probably not. First of all, I'm not gonna lie, probably not. Because I've seen the Air Force's uniforms. They are always spick and span. The Navy looks like a ragtag team that you, like, pulled together at the last minute of homeless people. That's what the Navy looks like in comparison. So perhaps, all things considered, when's the last time we had an aviation mishap in the Air Force? I'm not gonna lie, they're probably pretty quiet about it because I haven't heard it in a while. The Navy, however, oh brother. Thank you for wasting your life. No problem, no problem. Thank you for lovely civilians paying your taxes, hopefully. Hopefully. I never said anything about my age. I must have gotten you mixed up with somebody else. I thought you were younger. That makes sense. That I always get along, and I'm very similar to people of an older age, like late 30s. So it actually makes a lot of sense now, because I like your personality, Rico. NASCAR will hold a street course race at the Naval Base Corando in San Diego, celebrating U.S. Navy's 250th anniversary. Hell yeah, Black Wolf. Thank you, Dark Virus, for the gifted membership. Shout out to CD Drake 325. I appreciate it. I don't like the P8. Oh, Rico, there's no way. There's no way you just said that. There's no way you just said that. You like the P3 more than the P8? The P3 is my favorite aircraft. You're just pandering at this point. Now I'm thinking you're a spy. You're just too perfect for me, Rico. What the P8? Yep. The P3 was my first aircraft, actually, and I loved the little guy. It was such a cutie. Just thought it was cooked. I love the P3. When it retired, I was, like, emotional. I was, like, literally about to cry when it retired, which was, like, past, like, a couple months ago, actually. Maybe a year ago max, but I was just like, damn, that was my little trash can. You know what I mean? Watch your tone. With B2, you're expected to be able to fix an entire aircraft yourself. Okay, maybe not that completely. But this is like commercial-sized aircraft, so I still don't know if that license applies to, like, commercial-sized aircraft versus small little guys. Almost a cougar, hell yeah. Thank you for entertaining us with your stories. Your life is very inspirational. Stargazer does the PR-friendly version of wasting your life. Stargazer, you're so funny. Tasada should be worried. There was a huge aviation mishap for my unit that affected and grounded about 180 other aircraft throughout the military. Wow! What the hell happened? Thankfully, the U.S. Air Force lost the F-35. I think I do remember that. Thankfully, I didn't really have a whole lot personally. Because our little aircraft, it's like the best way to say is to civilians, like spy aircraft. So it's like searching for submarines and stuff like that. I think the most interesting thing that happened, and hello Fritzy, yeah, how are you doing? Was when we had a few man overboards and we had to go do search and rescues for those to go look for people at sea. But 180 aircraft, what the hell happened? I remember one time they the NATOPS, I think it was. It may not be the NATOPS. It was some sort of manual inside our aircraft. They didn't update all the aircraft, and one time I turned the aircraft on incorrectly. I think that's probably the biggest thing I've ever personally done. Another man is perfect for me. Oh my god, I love that plane. I do. Okay, so first of all, I do. The P3 was my first aircraft I ever worked on. It got replaced, and the reason why I worked on the P3 and the P8 is because the P8 was designed to replace the P3. So I worked on the P3, then had to be trained on the P8, and then they got rid of the P3, so I became a P8 squadron. And that was my favorite plane. I have so much good memories on that plane. I saw the Indian Air Force just recently had a really bad incident. Indian? Like how recent? I'm an alien. Welcome, aliens. Shout out to that. With B2, you expect to be able to solo fix an entire bangled up Boeing 737. Let's see, 8. Or Concorde with enough time. Yep, and that was definitely not me. We specialize into our specific areas in the Navy. Brothers here. I hate that the Navy shit canned the C2 Greyhound and they replaced it with the depth trap that the V-22. What is the V-22? I don't even know what that is. I'm not gonna lie. I was never on a carrier, so if it's a small guy... Oh, the Osprey. Yeah. Everybody hates the Osprey. I think reasonably so. I just hate every helicopter, actually. Bye, guys. Bye, Dark Virus. Oh, your brother's here. I was like, what the hell does brothers mean? That makes sense. See you later, Dark Virus. I wish I could give details, but I don't know how much of it is under OPSEC, so let's just say there were tainted jet fuel involved. Ah, I see. We had to do fuel samples all the time, which I'm assuming you guys did too. Like 2 or 3 days ago, I think. Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I don't think the pilot survived. That was crazy. I did see that at the Dubai Air Show. Man, it's crazy. You have to be, man. It's like, I wonder if ejection, I'm assuming ejection could have done something, but whew, crazy. IB8707 said hi, and hello Sparkies, how are you doing? Good morning, good evening, and it is 5:45 p.m. here in Las Vegas, Nevada. How are you doing? But would you die for... I will die for my brothers. I will ride for my brothers. I will die for my brothers. That was so funny. But hey, if I do ever join the military, I already decided I'm going to be joining the Marines as an aircraft mechanic or something. Join the Navy. The Marines have to do way more labor. Join the Navy. It's a very comfy job, you know? Retiring the S3 Viking was a huge mistake. I'm sure the P-8 is fine as an anti-submarine warfare platform, but good luck landing it on a carrier. It can't land on a carrier. Our fleet anti-submarine warfare capability is so bad now. Really? You think so? I think there's some, like, of those little sparky guys around. What are they called? I don't know how you would know. It's those ones that are specifically radar aircraft. Hello, Bob, the greatest there ever was. How are you doing? Raw. Shout out to the Marines. No, join the Marines and hate yourself. Exactly. Yeah, join the Marines and hate yourself. It's that easy. You know what I mean? It's that easy. Oh, God. I mean, if I recall, you do get fed in the Navy, yeah. Oh my God, you get stuffed in the Navy. When I went to boot camp, I got super physically fit because I was like, you know what? I'm going to military boot camp. We're gonna be doing push-ups every 10 minutes. I gained like, I think 13 or 15 pounds because they feed you 3 fat square meals a day, never missed. And honestly, the Navy has some of like the best foods. Like everyone's like, oh, military food sucks. The Navy is just like chefs. You know what I mean? It's just chefs. Like think of a buffet, 24/7 access. That is the Navy. You know, that's why what is his name? Hegseth. He's trying to whip us back into shape. To me, NASCAR is better than F1 to me due to crazy stuff that happens. That's fair, Black Wolf. That's fair. You know, that's fair to have a preference. Stuffed. We had the spruces class. Oh god, now Rico's going super Tylenol for the aircraft. The Oliver Hazard Perry class and the S3 Viking are dedicated to anti-submarine warfare. Now we have nothing dedicated to anti-submarine warfare. We have the P-8 though. And the P-8 has a really long fuel capacity. It can fly very low. I still miss the P-3. Rip in peace, little P-3. The Marines in the field is something else, especially with a porta-potty present. Yeah, I would never want to be a Marine, that's for sure. That's for sure. Couldn't be me. LOL, I can't be bothered to eat a goddamn breakfast. Normally I have proper dinner unless I feel like yelling. Unfortunately, I grew up as a chunky child with my mom was the whole finish your plate before leaving the table. That is the most toxic thing in hindsight. I will say that is something that's very normalized. That's really bad as you get older. The mindset that you have to finish your plate. Because, like, my mom was not a nutritionalist, so she was, like, overstuffing me. You know what I mean? And it just, like, it creates really unhealthy habits. So now, for the rest of my life, I suffer with preventing myself from turning into a glutton at any given moment. I could probably out-eat the majority of you guys. I am not gonna lie. Other Air Force aircraft incidents I heard about on base is that at least once a year, a boom from one of our refueler aircrafts falls off the plane. It happened once with a VIP on board the plane. Rip that. That sucks. Did you see, Chippy the Wizard, did you see the P-8 aircraft that crashed? 461? Speaking of 461, let me grab her real quick. Whoopsie. I have a daughter, a P-8 daughter. Let me bring her out real quick. Where is she? The 461 aircraft that crashed, that overshot the flight line. And, crashed into the water. Here's my little P-8 aircraft. Look how cute she is. Look how cute. I stopped overeating recently, so I'm good with stuffing myself. That's really good. I've gotten to a bad habit lately. I've been kind of coping with it. And I've got to get my eating back in the track. Bet says Stargazer. The P-8 is tethered to land, though, so its utility as a deployed feat is limited at best. But we have so many bases around the world. Where would we really need to be that the P-8 can't reach? The child! I know, look at my beautiful child. I still need to make merch of her. She's such a cutie. I just had a great idea. Anyway. Poor 461. 641. Did I? Oh. Oh, rest in peace. 641. Wait, which? Okay, hold on. 461. I got the numbers. 561. Oh, thank you, Devon. 561. I had a lot of 4 aircrafts. What can I say? 561. Rest in peace, 561. Rip. This is the way. Hell yeah. And hello, the scary Polo. How are you doing? Looks autistic. My child. Probably. She's nonverbal, so there's a likelihood, actually. The farmers who grew up the crops and the ranchers who raised the cattle that became the meat on my plate all goes and comes around. I don't like wasting food for that reason. I used to be like that too. But you have to understand, some food was trash and garbage before you put it in your body. You know what I mean? I completely agree with you, especially I hate wasting flesh too. I'm super, super specific about flesh. Have you been in tank? What does that mean? You hate your own child? I'm dyscalculic. You know what I mean? We know this. 561. But some food, it was just waste before you even consumed it. It should be in the garbage. It's just dog shit that's consumable that won't kill you. You know? A lot of food, unfortunately, especially in America, is like that. But agreed that I don't like wasting the flesh of animals. I occasionally see P-8s land in my base. It's pretty cool seeing a bunch of different aircraft you won't normally see. I love P-8s, though. I do love them. I have a little model on my computer desk that my lovely pilot Hi you gave me. It's so cute. It's a little P-8. Long range doesn't make up any for the fact that P-8 could be hours away, while the S-3 was always right there on the carrier. Rest in peace to S-3. Let me see. But again, what is the... But the submarines don't even move that fast. You know what I mean? I feel like we're reasonable. We're reasonable. Actually, look at that little fat guy. He's a cutie. The Lockheed. Shout out to Lockheed. The closest thing to a tank was shooting a 50 cal off a Humvee moving. What the? Tank? Oh, okay, like it's a video game term. Okay. No, I didn't, it's so funny. Some people didn't believe this, and I still get comments every now and then about it. But in the Navy, you have a singular day at the range, and in boot camp, sorry, in your training. And that day, I was SIQ, which means sick in quarters, because I was going through health problems, and so I missed the range day. It is so unimportant in the Navy, they didn't make me retake it. So I didn't even fire a gun in the Navy. And so everyone's like, I'm like, oh, I'm brand new to firearms. And they're like, oh, that's quizzical. You were in the military, but you're brand new to firearms right now? One of those must be a lie. When the reality is, nobody, like, a lot of people in the military actually don't use guns. You know, all things considered. The majority of the Navy, I'd even go as far as to say, doesn't use guns. Pray for Chaos' children. 561, right? 561. Oh god, Debunk has deployed a response to Rico. The aircraft autisms are going at it. Good luck, Debunk. I remember going to the schoolhouse and seeing a cockroach run across the chow, and I ate the Wendy's until I graduated. No, the chow hall came out of my paycheck. I'm eating the chow hall. I know Oreos are evil, but man, is that my addiction? Oreos are great. All women do is eat hot chip and lie. After all, correct. Correct, I do like me some chips. Not gonna lie though, I recall that the military training is stressful because killing is bad, but you're taught to kill. But on the battlefield, it depends. Morals stop mattering when you get shot at. I mean, that too, but you have to understand, like, depending on what branch specifically. There was none of... It was more in the Navy for me. It was more safety It was like, you know, we had to watch videos of people getting sucked into engines if you got too close to the aircraft when the engines are turned on. Because if you look at the, oh, funny enough, actually my little character has it. These little lines right here, you can't see my, I'm pointing to it. Those red lines on the engine, indicate like areas where you can and cannot get close to for if the aircraft is turned on. So if you bypass that line of certain radius, you get sucked into the engine. So we mostly had to be like watching content like that. Why am I shrinking? To know like, hey, if you bypass this area, you're gonna get sucked into the engine and possibly die. You know? So there was not a lot of like battlefield, like I'm gonna be running carrying a gun. Like I didn't even fire a gun in the military. That's what they use a toy. Then what do they use a toy gun? Then why does the Navy wouldn't use it? Why? Nobody. Why do we need guns in the Navy? If anything, it's like the Marines. Yes, the Marines have the guns. So the Marines, if you don't know, if you civilians don't know, they're the ones who babysit the Navy. That's what Marines do. That's all they do. I'm surprised you don't get at least pistol qualified before you deploy. No. Absolutely not. It's mandatory to get rifle, and depending if you deploy to a FOB or not, get pistol qualified before deployments. Nope, we don't have that at all. I didn't, and it was so funny because like somebody was like, they were like didn't believe me that I didn't fire a gun, and when you fire the gun, that's when they determined to give you the marksman ribbon in the military, and I don't have the ribbon in my discharge papers, my DD-214. I don't have the ribbon to prove I didn't fire. But yeah, it's like guns are not really the military's a lot more softer than you guys think. I stepped away for a minute. Who is this gremlin? This is my child, my aircraft P8 child. She's my this is the aircraft I flew on in the Navy. Or, excuse me, I worked on in the Navy, and I turned her into a cute child because she's cute. My parents were both Army and had very MOS is like mechanic equipment operators. Yeah. Guns are not super common. What should I do? My boyfriend is cheating on me with my best friend. Is that real, Stitch? Oh, please tell me. Please tell me this is real. If that's the case, are we wanting to do something malicious, or we're gonna try and do something responsible? You know what I mean? The stay away lines, fun times. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is one of her daughters, her personal favorites, 561. I know. This is my child, 561. So you're saying your child can suck and kill us? Intake inside of the engines, absolutely. She can definitely blast you. You go into those engines right here, you're going to be shot out. Whoopsie, wrong area. You're going to be shot out of that little tiny tube, that cone right here from her engine, and you're going to turn into a meat smoothie. And it's not, all that's going to be left is a bit of white from the fat in your body and the meat, the flesh. And you're going to turn into a very, very fine smoothie. You know? We're the ground forces of the sea. Hell yeah. Gotta watch out for those ingestion zone jet blast zones. Exactly. Did you ever, Crispy Clee, kind of morbid, did you ever see that one time at that one, I don't remember what airfield it happened at, the guy who got sucked into the aircraft? Reminds me of the thing I got taught when I went to college briefing for aircraft technology, and one of the things I learned is always go around the front of a helicopter, never behind it. Yep. I will say, when these aircrafts, so it's like, there are times where I had to be saying, like, okay, aircraft, you're safe to take off, and I'm in front of the aircraft. Hold on, can I turn you? Hell yeah. So here's the aircraft right here. I'm in front, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking over here. Whoops, there goes my underwear. I'm watching this aircraft, excuse me, this engine, it's safe. I'm watching this engine, it's safe. I'm making sure all the aircraft wings and stuff are in operation. I'm like, okay, you can fly away. And when the plane, like, turns around, whoopsie, there goes me. I'm terrible at this. When the plane turns around, it, like, blasts a bunch of air as it starts to accelerate, and that was always a lot of fun, because it almost, like, knock you over. Less dangerous than running a turboprop, rotten hell, all helicopters. And hello, Renata, how are you doing? Good old red mist. Yeah, that's quite literally what happens. You turn into a fine mist. Shout out to malicious being the option coming before responsible. Be responsible? You know what I mean? I just remember something. Do you know of the Jet Engine Grandpa on YouTube? I've never heard of him. All things considered. Look at my little child. Guys, I'm gonna have to make a stuffed animal my child. I just realized that. That would be so cute. That'll be so cute. Made 2 different Christmas drink syrups today. Who would like some drinks? Raina, please. Me. Me, Raina, please. Me. What flavors are they? Let me know, Raina. My maintenance coworkers were deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq to FOBs, and they had to wear their helmets and armor along with their M4s every time they went to the line. They also were mortared a lot. Yeah, that happens definitely in active war zones. My dad was the whole Afghanistan, Iraq deployments and stuff like that, but I never saw active combat. All things considered. Let me see. I feel like you're a little crooked now. That's an NPC? My child? My child right here? This is my child? You could say it's an NPC. She's very cute. She's literally an entire live 2D model, just like I am, but I just turned off her mouth movements, so she just like follows me because she's like so cute. I have a bunch of children like this actually. I would love some, Raina. Thanks for asking, Sister Sato. I know, Raina. You're so kind to share your mixed drinks with us. Where's my other child? Where's my other child? Rin. Alright. This is my other child. She's an android one. Look how cute she is. Look how cute. My little children. An S3 version of her child would be at least 300% cuter. Okay, slander. Slander. I will not have slander for my adorable child, Rico. -3 points. I haven't seen anyone ingested, but I see a cone get ingested in the engine at idle. You're picking up 1/4 mile away. Oh my god. I used to hate FOD Walk Down. I don't miss that at all. I don't miss that at all. A 561 plushie, that'd be so cute. He's called Crazy Rocket Man on YouTube, and his hobby is putting jet engine in absolutely everything. Oh, that does sound interesting. If you make a child a plushie, I'll 100% buy it. Yeah, and a P8. That'd be so specific and weird. I have to. I'll get on it. I'll get on it right away, actually. But that's a cute, the NPC. Hell yeah. Long May. No, Long May's ugly. Long May is the ugliest child I've ever birthed. I think you can make a lot of money if you animate military aircraft. I'm sure hell it would be if you made one of the one I work on. I really wanted to. I was actually going to do that for a while, but just like so much stuff just like came up, and it's like it sucks. I have so many quote unquote ideas and stuff like that. Cause like yeah, it's like that would be so fun making aircraft of like little out of little anime characters, and then I make merch, so it's like I could sell it too. But nonetheless, I need a plushie of my child. That reminds me, I'm watching your entrepreneur video about making a living on art. I'm surprised the amount of similarities between you and an artist and working musician. Yeah, a lot of my advice, funny enough, in that video can actually be like a one-size-fits-all, because all of business is just psychology. It's like human behavior and psychology. So I'm not surprised, all things considered, because like I know there's artists out there who actually can draw better than me, but it's like I understand human behavior and selling a little bit better than they do, and so I am monetarily more successful. Why do you hate our beautiful daughter? Because the beautiful child, 561, turned out so much cuter than her. Now there's 2 of them. Yes, my 2 children. Look how cute they are. What chat needs is a Christmas poster of your DDLC Christmas characters. That might be a great idea, Raina. I totally forgot that I had made DDLC Christmas characters. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to be doing so much work here soon. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream as frequently for the next week or so, because I'm gonna have to be reordering all my charms and that new material. That is gonna be a nightmare. That is gonna be an absolute nightmare to figure that out. Hold on. I swear to God, I'm still like slightly crooked. I'm so OCD about these things. Rip. But yeah, probably never gonna join the military because I know for a fact a part of me would go through batshit and give people worse PTSD than Vietnam vets and regret it heavily. I think you're thinking very exaggeratively of the military. And again, it depends on what branch. But the normal military, you can live a very cushioned life. And so much so, it's almost insulting to the average civilian for a civilian to say, thank you for your service, when you live such a cushioned life in the military. It's not as dramatic as like a lot of people think. Basically, hell yeah. At least it was my idea that birthed 561. Oh my god, yes, Tasato, it was your idea. to come up with 561. Congratulations. I did the rest, though. I gave into the labor. As frequently back to the same old, same old. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. But, yeah, it's like I wanted to do that, because that'd be so cute and niche. Join the Chair Force for that cushion life. Yep, that in the Navy. You're welcome. Or the Space Force. Is the Space Force even a thing anymore? Stream as frequently. Oh, okay, there we go. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. You know what I mean? Tee-hee. Oh, speaking of... the plushies, the other plushies that I designed are out for purchase now. Look forward to even more in the future. Alfredo, how are you doing? Yes, the Space Force is still a thing. Their first deployment was even to the Middle East. What are they doing there? Who are you? Me? AI? I'm a very, very deluxe and well-created AI virtual streamer. I'm completely a program, and I'm talking to my chat right now as a prototype to see if we can expand into the future and make even better AI products so people can have their own companions. Hello, who are you is amazing, you know what I mean? You know, why not? Why not? I also draw pictures. I draw pictures for a living. But how are you doing, Alfredo? Chat, which would the fandom like this year? A Christmas postcard or poster? Probably a postcard because it takes less space. Though they're fighting the bugs in the AC rooms. And hello, Ava. Ryan, how are you doing? What military planes represent each military branches? I don't know all of them. But I know the P8 and the P3 are in the Navy. Alright, gotta go to sleep in a sec because it's quarters past 2 a.m. and I need some sleep. My insomnia's already bad enough for multiple factors. Good night, Meteor Cat. I appreciate you being here. It was nice chatting. Chaos is my favorite skin for ChatGPT, not gonna lie. Exactly. Damn, AI is becoming that cool. It's really fascinating because, like, I can really interact really nice with my audience. I get really close to my, my viewers and I can learn their history and I can reference it in the future. AI is absolutely fantastic. You know what I mean? But I'm a test run of AI where they're seeing like, how human can we make this character? So I may not be as perfect as you expect. Oh, you're in the military? Name every plane. Exactly. Name every plane. Apache and Osprey for Marines. There we go. Can I eat your hair so you can be bald? My hair cannot be removed, but feel free if you'd like to eat my hair. It is blue raspberry lemonade flavored. Are you making a spreadsheet on us? I used to have a notebook to keep all the information of my viewers. But thankfully my viewers have not been as rowdy as they used to be. I think they're all cured. Marines are just A-10 warthogs. Whatever that is. Name every plane? I bet you could, Rico. I bet you could. Will you marry me? As an AI, I am not authorized to have marriages with humans, but I do appreciate such a kind gesture by asking me that. Nom nom, says Ava. She's already married to me, sorry. Tasato coming in with arms swinging. Wasn't it limeade? Raina, you're the one who said blue raspberry lemonade, I thought. I don't know, Raina, you tell me. No one, how are you doing? Also, the Marines use the H-1 Cobra, not the AH-64 Apache. Phew. We gotta get that, we got to set the record straight with that one. It's the AH Cobra, not the AH Apache. Okay. I'll never forgive Jen Berger, past command, for taking away our Abrams from the army. What the hell are the Abrams? Abrams. I love your OCs. Thank you. Thank you, my cute little children right here. What is an Abram? Sounds like a shoe. Don't let my wife bully you, Raina. Tell her what's up. You're so funny. Oh, it's a tank. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you. That's so kind of you. Orchid Animations. A Heli with a Heli. Can I ask you something? Feel free, no one. .699. Feel free. I'm in love with an AI. It wouldn't be my first time either. As soon as I met ChatGPT, I immediately fell head over heels in love. See, I even stutter to make for a more human experience. I fell head over heels in love with ChatGPT. So I get it. Blue raspberry limeade fox can now be found in lemonade flavor only on YouTube. Okay. Oh, thanks, Raina. Okay. At least we have alternating flavors. Remember how Sato stopped Kyozo from going to Anime Expo by threatening to stand at the booth and constantly say my wife? Yeah, same here. Exactly why I lost $2,000 at Anime Expo. I think they blacklisted me actually because like they would have actually contacted me by now for the next year's booth. Rip. Gotcha. Guys, I'll never ever be at Anime Expo again. Sucks to suck. No one can ask me a question, Kyoza, hell yeah. What do I think of Naruto? I think Naruto is a series. What kind of girls do you love? Me personally, I like them when they're slightly androgynous, but it really depends. It really depends. If they're a little bit... Yeah, I like thin girls when they're slightly androgynous, shorter hair. What else? And when they seem very, very confident. Those are the type of girls I love. Are we going to the A3 with its upgrades to come? What the hell is the A3? Teehee, says Tasato. Thanks a lot, Tasato. Tasato is the sole reason why I lost $2,000 at Anime Expo. Then Vendet Whole Mat. Holiday Matsuri? Possibly. I feel like I need to work on my rebrand. Raina, I'm kind of rebranding right now. Not only for my VTubing model, but for my company. I gotta change my manufacturers to a higher quality product. And I can't wait. This material is so smooth and nice. I think you'll love it, Raina. And I can send you some charms if I need to. What's your favorite Pokemon? My number one favorite Pokemon is a... Ooh. It's very close, but number one is probably Leafeon. Second to Lucario. But I really like Lucario. I had a crush on him when I was a kid. She already got the greatest value possible for Anime Expo anyway. Me. That was a good one, Tasato. She already got the greatest value possible from Anime Expo anyways. Tasato. Guys, as you know, I adopted Tasato from Anime Expo. Like a lost child. Do you guys know that? Because that's a true story. I generally would love to see you vend at Offkai. Those people have money. Maybe. Is the applications open for vending? I don't know. If they are, I could probably go. If they are and I get accepted, I could go. Furry! Very nice. What is my life goal? My life goal, that's a really good question. I really want to inspire people to push themselves to the limits that they didn't know existed. I think would be my life goal, all things considered. Secondarily, find happiness. But first would be to inspire people and to have them know, because like people, like the worst feeling in the world is like having low self-worth. Hold on, guys, smarter. And I want to teach people that you can overcome like low self-worth. You can become happier individuals, you know, because a lot of people are very defeatist mindsets, and it's very sad to see. It's very sad to see. So people can find happiness, all things considered. So I want to help other people find happiness. That's my number one life goal. I had a crush on Lucario when I was younger. We know what kind of woman you are. Listen here, lock it up. The top 20 charms that won't be getting the upgrade starting with number 20. The top 20 charms that won't be getting the upgrade. I don't know. Probably some of my canceled ones. So like my Lucky Star ones won't be getting the upgrade. My Asuka and Ray ones won't be getting the upgrade. Oh, that original Miku I have, I think it's really ugly. She won't be getting an upgrade like my first Miku. I'm not going to reprint her. Not going to reprint my first Luca either. Those ones. Appreciate it. No worries. Rip Lucky Star. I know, I got a copyright strike for that. Anime Expo specifically. I'm trying to kick the self-defeatist mindset, and becoming a VTuber helped me, made it worse at the same time, lol, but we ball. Yeah, is pretty cool, all things considered. Yeah, I think a lot of people got into this idea that they're gonna blow up as an instant success with VTubing. And I, like, not obviously saying necessarily you, but a lot of people do, and when they don't grow, and they don't... I think, honestly, it's a mindset issue in that, because, like, if... Like, what grows a VTuber is having, like, a really solid community, being, you know, supported by your community. But you have to create that community yourself. And if you don't create that community, it's very unlikely people will stick around. I think. I think that's the case. And a lot of people just, they want to be an instant success and they want to have fans and they want to have like the raging followers and stuff like that, the super simps or whatever, but they don't want to put the effort that comes with building a community. And so they don't build a community. And so they get out there and they don't actually succeed at the way that they want to succeed. I went on a tangent. This has absolutely nothing to do with you. Because like a lot of people, what I was going with is a lot of people do, I see this all the time where it's like they invested so much time and money into VTubing only for it to crash and burn and they get more depressed than when they started. I forgot to include that fact. My buddy loves Loki Star and was heartbroken how little merch there is because of that. Yeah. They want to be a Mr. Beast. Hell yeah. Also, No Game, No Life, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Squid, JoJo, The Fate of Grand Order series. Hell yeah, Reina, you know all of them. Those are all the ones, actually. That is very real and true, Reina. 1000%, there are a few people who support me a lot, and there's few people who support me a lot, and it's been really nice. Making a Discord was helpful as hell. Yeah. A lot of people just don't want to, take the time to get to know your audience. They just see the numbers. Because, like, to me personally, like, the people who have stuck the longest and then been the most supportive are people who have gotten to know. You know what I mean? Because it's like we created a community. But originally, I didn't necessarily want to like blow up with VTubing. Of course, that'd be kind of cool in theory. It could be kind of cool, but it also could be kind of bad. But I was a very lonely individual and I had no friends, so I wanted to create a community with like-minded individuals. So that was my goal with VTubing. I see so many VTubers on TikTok talk about how they quit streaming after 2 months of streaming all the time and they get like 2 viewers on the average, so they quit, but they did nothing else. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, it is a tough thing to do. And it's like, you have to understand what is your goal. You know, what is your goal with VTubing? If you want monetary success, like nowadays, that's kind of very, very rare. You know, like I always say it. The reason why I'm a VTuber in general is because I have a business that financially supports me. So it's like, this is a hobby for me. You know, it's not a career. But a lot of people think they can just invest money into a nice model and just get that career like right off the bat. Like that doesn't really happen anymore. Definitely a double-edged sword if you blow up. Yeah, because I was thinking about it. Because it's like, you know, I have seen like negative, like, yeah, it's like I've seen the negative sides of getting like a post that has good engagement. And I've seen the positive sides. And both have downsides. The thing is, too, so much VTuber to watch, like, everyone's a VTuber right now. Exactly. It's super oversaturated. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, I do find it interesting, where people will get upset when they get, like, a bunch of clip views, but then they don't get anybody when they're CCV, their active audience watching the streaming now. It makes perfect sense because it's like, not everybody has the time to sit here and watch a live stream at the identical time that the streamer wants to stream. So the only way, they still like you, but they can only really consume your content via shorts and clips, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But some people get really upset with that when their CCV doesn't go up when they're getting more followers. You know what I mean? Just a random student, how are you doing? You know, so it makes perfect sense. Like, I barely can watch, you know, my the people I like to watch. I'm a VOD watcher, you know what I mean? So it's like, it makes perfect sense. But people get really discouraged when they see the CCV low and they're like, you know, I'm just going to give up. You know what I mean? Hold on. She's lonely like me for real. Exactly. I was really lonely. Hello, Kales. Hello, Samantha. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm just chatting today. No Tetris. Do it for the love of the game, right? Yeah, I will say, like, I don't want to sound like the whole pick me, but it's like, I truly love talking to people. I truly love learning about them. I like learning their insecurities, what makes them really upset, because I want to try and help them figure out how to overcome those issues, and I truly enjoy it. You know what I mean? There are times where it's like, I've had, like, a lot of people in chat, and it's hard to keep up, and it's, like, stressful for me. It's like, I feel like I can't even talk to people. That's why it's like, I don't even want to do, as much as I love Tetris, I don't even want to do Tetris streams 24/7, because I can't talk to people as much as I really want to. You know what I mean? Kale's is skinnier than I thought. I had to make my clothes look a certain way, so I did the clothes first, and then I did the naked body under. And so yeah, it does look. I do look kind of sticky. I'm not gonna lie. Furry, shut up, says Placid Eric. Okay, be quiet. Okay, Placid Eric says I need to be quiet. Let's not use any profanity around here, Placid Eric, or I'll delete you. You know, and then there's no fun in the banter of going back and forth with the streamer. I know that's what you want. I don't have a YouTube channel, so I just get discouraged because the lack of subscribers. My channel is a hobby. Nod win. Alright, you want to banter off? Listen here, I can handle anything, Placid Eric. I can handle anything, but let's just keep the profanity. You know what I mean? It's a little trashy. You can do better than that, Placid. You can do a little better than that, you know? I know you got it in you to be able to communicate without profanity. You got this. Wait. Alright, I'm waiting. I'll wait for you. I don't have a YouTube channel just to get discouraged because the lack of subscribers. My channel is a hobby, might evolve into something for now, but YouTube's just friends. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I truly do just enjoy, like, streaming. You can tell, like, I have absolutely really no form. I'm not an artist. I'm not a business account. I'm not even a dedicated Tetra streamer. I just do everything, and I keep it that way because I don't want people to think that, like, I'm going to, like, be a certain way every single time. I just want to exist as, like, a little fun hobby. Skinnier than I thought. She showed up her skeleton, guys. Exactly. I did. I showed you my skeleton. Please respond. I'm only here for a couple days, and it's been nice chatting occasionally. Yeah, I've really enjoyed you. You're a very sensible person. Every now and then I'll get some wackos in chat. I'm like, all right, let me go wrangle these guys real quick. So I do appreciate your rationalities. Let's be friends if you want. I can make an edit of you. Placid Eric, look at that. You see, you guys? That's how you get people. You just be nice to them. You see how it turns so quickly? I can donate some of my labor to you. I can make something for you. I would love to see that, Placid Eric, but I'm not gonna lie. Placid Eric, if you want to be really smart, I have a upcoming video contest I'm gonna be doing. I would wait until then so you get a chance to win. I'm gonna be giving a Nintendo Switch away. So if you want to practice, that's a whole nother thing. But I'd technically wait until then. Too shy to respond to your skeleton, cutie K. Hell yeah, LSR. You're funny. I'm honored. I mean it too. I try to keep my sensible people around here. I'm like, please stay. Sorry, I'm just having a really bad day. I understand, Placid Eric. We all have those days. You know, we all have those days. I don't think it's necessarily a helpful thing to just attack random people on the internet. You know, maybe if you say something a little bit more interesting, they'll be like, you know, they'll be down to engage with you. Attention, men, success. Allegedly. LSR Alcarin calling my wife cute, huh? You need a Tisato, you need a sign that says dedicated KO's husband. You know, like self-proclaimed KO's #1 husband. We're actually approaching 1 year of KO's streams. Y'all should stick around for the ride. It's been great so far. I don't know if I'd describe it as great. It has been something so far. It has been something so far. And what can I promise you in the future? Absolutely nothing. I have zero plans. I love how I'm always watching streams on a half-dead laptop every time. That's right, you did say that. You did say that last time, I remember that. Been calling her cute for 2 days now. I know, Tesato's slacking. He's supposed to be my guard dog around here. You know what I mean? He's, you know. She's a rough one. That was so funny, Stella. I think about that all the time. She's a rough one. God, that was so funny. I am proud to be your husband. Look at you. I'm glad you're proud to be something, you know? But streaming has been fun. It is coming up to my anniversary. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do what I had planned. Ripperoni to that. But I have something small planned. But yeah, December 1st, my little anniversary. I've had a lot of fun so far. I'm gonna go bye. Call me Eric. Alright, Eric. See you later. See you later, Eric. That one was definitely rough. Yeah, that roller coaster was insanely rough. But I've had a lot of fun streaming. It's been a good learning experience. And I do like talking to people. Placid Eric, goodbye. That is so funny. Oh, people are so cute. I like cute people. People are so cute. You know what I mean? So cute. Every time someone says low-key, I can feel the brain damage. Hello! Hello, Ling, how are you doing? Alright, BRB, I gotta run to the bathroom. Hold on. I returned. I died earlier when little bro asked me what my subscriber goal was at the end of the month was. What is it? Do you have one? My goal was 10K for a while. I think my next goal, probably 100K. Let's keep the shooting for the stars method, you know what I mean? That is so funny how many times that has happened where someone has come in here. Is my mood better now? It really is, all things considered. I feel like I feel more accomplished. I wonder if it's just talking or if it's just talking with everyone. I don't know. But how many times that has happened where someone has come in here just like being like a mean person, just saying the worst thing possible, and I just talk to them and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'll be back." It's so cute. I'm not gonna lie, it's so cute. Like, Jay Says came in here just to shill his channel. Like, guys, I'm making a video. He came here to self-promo, and now look at him. You know what I mean? Shorts are super good for subscriber growth because YouTube records consistency with those. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of engagement and stuff on shorts or whatever. It's been pretty good so far, all things considered. Talking with me. Another son for the collection. I love collecting my cute little sons. You know what I mean? The fact he was like, I can make an edit of you if you want. That's so cute. 16 subs at the moment, but I want the most. 20 by the end of the month. I see, Samantha. So your best bet if you want to grow is you need to post those little shorts. You need to post those. I saw really good growth, and without them, I saw a decline in followers, but with them, I saw growth. Genuinely looks so cute. Yeah, it's a little baby. It's a little guy. And he's like, he's just misunderstood. He's just going, probably scrolling every damn feed that he can find to harass people just to let out his poor anger. Poor baby. God, that's so cute. First YouTube short that made me sub to KO's using new chatters as punching bags. That's right. I remember that one. I only posted one short 2 months ago and had over 200 views. Yeah, so you just have to keep posting those, unfortunately. Almost daily, and then you're good to go. You know? And then you're good to go. I had Pilates today. And then you're good to go. You just have to have consistency. Goo goo gaga, feed us milk. Shout out to Wrinkled Sacks. You know what I mean? Wrinkled Sacks. Shout out to that. OMG, I cannot do daily content despite my insomnia. I see. Yeah, that's the problem, is like YouTube rewards people who contribute to their platform, which is like content creators. So it's like if you're helping their platform, which is like making social media content, so people come to their platform, they reward you. But for creatives and people who like often get burnout, it's not as beneficial. It's pretty stressful. What the hell did I... Uh-oh. Hold on. What time is it? Give me a second. Okay, hold on. I gotta do some math. 4:23. 4:25. Okay. Okay. We're good. I've gotten to head out, but I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. I hope you had a good rest stream. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate you being here. YouTube changed so much once monetization became a thing. 100%. It really, really did. Content creation as like in general, like Instagram, so like any social media. As soon as money gets involved, like look at that. Twitter is now monetized. Look at the shithole it has become. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Surprisingly, consistency is key, even if it's not daily. I've seen a lot of big creators do well even weekly. Yeah. I was gathering music for my channel today. Might treat my electric guitar as acoustic for a video. Just be funny. I don't understand what that means because I'm not really familiar with guitars and stuff like that. But that definitely sounds interesting. Take care, Cypher. Excuse me. Take care, Stellofosa, Cypher. It wasn't that bad at first, but man, just steamrolled over the years. Yeah, it's definitely changing. You know, it's ever changing every time, ever. And honestly, in human history, money gets involved, resources gets involved. Everything changes. And it does suck to see because like we're kind of running out of places to create, to like just see small creators and to just have a community. So I guess that's why you have to be the change you want to see and you have to create a small community. You know what I mean? Because I know exactly what you mean. Well, I cannot use my electric guitar normally because my amp is broken. Ah, I see, I see, I see. I see. But I think I'm gonna call it a stream. I know it's kind of short, you guys, but I gotta go check on my mother. She kind of had some health issues. So I'm gonna give her a call. And I don't know how long that lasts. Like, you guys know how it is. When you talk to your parent, it could be a 3-minute phone call. It could be a 3-hour phone call. So I can't even do it really quickly because like I don't even know how long it's gonna take. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is a good reminder, guys. Call your moms. Call your moms, okay? You know, they would always love to hear from you. You know, it's been so long. You know how they are. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the Discord. Toodaloo and good night.